Well, okay. So much for that. Yeah, well, let's head back to the restaurant and check on the chef. See what he's cooking up. Oh yeah, well, another brush technique. That's what he's cooking. So if you look at the map, technically oh hello. Technically the whirlpool should be somewhere straight ahead from that outlook point up there. It just makes sense. But since you can't really see it, yeah, it totally makes sense. You have to make it appear somehow. And that's the trial. And so far, we're not doing too well with that. Yeah, I think my brain kind of is not working right. Okay, so come on, man. If you had just told me from the beginning that I was supposed to fetch you a huge I totally forgot what kind of fish it was. Marlin, that's right. If you just have told me that from the beginning, I would have... Oh, wait, it's my cue. That's my cue. There we go. If you had told me that from the beginning, I would have just gone straight back and bought the marlin rod right away. It was seriously starting to get a little bit annoying when I just sat there fishing and I was wondering why is nothing happening? Shouldn't... Oh. Yeah, that was a bit of a... That was a bit of a... rump stomp. Ah, Amateus, origin of all that is good and mother to us all. My power had diminished while you were away. But that man's seal and your own pure heart have restored my power. I have harnessed his fervent energy to bestow upon you a new power. Dance like a raging whirlwind. Okay. He'd make a better warrior than a chef the way he wields knives. Hey, I just thought of something, Amy. Whirlwind, that other power of Kisekae is pretty intense. I bet his enthusiasm was what awakened it. If you could do that to a marlin, just think what it could do to those pesky monsters. Oh. So, going by what Isan actually says there, it doesn't really seem like that power is going to help us very much with the whirlpool issue, I guess. Where is the scroll? Here we go. You know, I could totally imagine that that reward you... Oh. Oh well, I guess we'll just might as well try out the new power, since we have to fight anyway. Or, well, we didn't necessarily have to do it, but I'm gonna try it out anyway. Okay, that's useful, I guess. But yeah, so that's reward for handing in the demon fangs to the Emperor. Yeah, I guess it's not. I'm not. It's not too likely that I'll actually acquire enough fangs. But if I do, I could imagine that it's going to be pretty handy because the ink pass really generates slowly. And since I never had it, I could imagine that it makes a noticeable difference with that, whatever it was, that gave you increased regeneration of the ink pods. Yeah, anyway, so let's just go up there and try if this new power actually does something. Yeah. So, you know, for all of the things that I say that, well, Isen is a little bit heavy with the hand holding in this game. He basically tells you what to do so much throughout the whole game. But sometimes I guess I could really appreciate the thought behind it. Like, I could really thank the developers for actually adding this feature, because sometimes, you know, sometimes the brain just doesn't want to work. Sometimes it malfunctions. And then it could be a good thing that you have all this hand holding that the game provides. You know, even if Isen admittedly has a bit of a... It does become a little bit annoying at times. He's like the Navi of Okami. Except that he doesn't tell you to, hey, listen, all the time. And I don't know, whenever I try to use this power, it's like I really need to... I don't know why I don't always get the whirlwind to go off. Anyway, disregard that. The power doesn't really seem to help. It's really obvious that you're supposed to do something because the camera angle switches like this. Switches to this perspective. So it kind of moves into such a position that you see the water and you see the cape. And it's very obvious that something is supposed to happen, but right now my brain is not cooperating. Well, you know, there are times like that, sometimes. I don't know. I really think that my long-term memory is kind of worse than it used to be. So sometimes when I can, I try to make up these, like, I pretend that I have to remember some things just to try to get my brain cells working. You know, try to stimulate the part of the brain which handles your long-term memory. But I don't think it's going to help too much in this case. I think it was way too long ago since I did this, so I don't really remember. And yeah, it's probably right in front of my nose. I just don't see it. It's usually the case. But regardless, I don't know, I just look into whatever thing I can first. But, oh god, I can't really think of anything right now. The only thing I could discern from what that guy up there with the looking glass Wait, is that the right term for it? No, oh god, I can't even remember that. What it's called in English. But based on what he does say, at least I think you need to do it during nighttime, otherwise it's not going to work. But other than that, my brain is kind of stops. So, since I do think that I have some issues sometimes remembering things from a long time ago, I don't. Yeah, it's kind of why it's not too bad if like I play a game and then I want to revisit it sometime in the future. Then it doesn't really matter too much if I play the game a second or third time, because I just don't. I'm probably not going to remember all the details anyway. So it's almost like a blind playthrough again. You are not going to snack on me. No. So yeah, that's kind of why the hell is up with the camera angle? See, it's kind of defaulting to this very strange bird's view of, and I can't see more than. I seriously would like to see more than 10 meters ahead of me. And yes, I am pressing the button on the controller, which supposedly resets your camera, but this doesn't really do anything in this case. It's kind of hard to see anything. I kind of have to manually adjust it, but it just keeps resetting. Oh, and now it actually works. Okay. I don't know what's up with that. Might be the controller. The controller is actually... Yeah, this controller is from when I actually bought the console. Oh wait, no, it's from my old PS2. Yeah, because from my retired PS2, I just moved over the controller to the PS2, the slim version. Maybe I should actually buy a new controller at some point, because maybe it's just that the analog stick is just not. It's having issues or something. You really do see Oni Island ahead of you, but if you try to get close, you just don't. Whoa! I did not see you there, okay. You can see it in the distance, but if you look at the map, I don't think you can't really get close to it. Was it always that direction, or maybe it is? Yeah, the queen did say that if you try to get close, it keeps repositioning. Never mind that. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to just look for something. Anything which could help me to try to reveal the whirlpool. Yeah. Well, if it takes too long, I'll just edit and cut out until we actually get to the part where I figure it out. Yeah, so this is like the edge of the map, and if you, I'm pretty sure that you're not going to reach it.